Okay, Assalamualaikum and hi, good evening. My name is Muhammad Akhiman. Okay, today we do the interview session about code of ethic with engineer. So, before we start, can you introduce yourself to the camera?
Okay, hello, my name is Ron. I am a solutions engineer in Accent Malaysia Sales in Service under the service department. So basically, my job scope is overseeing the solution products in Accent, and then also mostly involved in the technical support of the solution products.
Okay, so Mr. Ron, I have several questions to ask to you about code of ethic for engineering.
Okay.
So my first question, how would you define professionalism in the context of a practice engineer's role?
So for me, professionalism of an engineer can be defined through various aspects. So first, of course, is continuous learning. So as an engineer, we must stay committed to keep ourselves updated with the latest technologies and advancement in their own field of expert. And then second is the ethical decision making. So as an engineer, we shall make decisions that consider the safety, health and welfare of the public, and also of course adhere or comply to the ethical code and standard at the same time as well. And then lastly is the adherence or compliance to the local standards and regulations. So as an engineer, we shall ensure our design or other works comply with local applicable laws, regulation and industry standards such as Malaysian standard or IEC standard or other rules and regulations.
Okay, this makes sense. Okay, talk about adherence. I have a question about adherence standard category. How do you ensure that your work aligns with industry standards and best practice?
For this one, in order to ensure my work align with the industry standard and best practice, right, I keep myself updated with the latest version of the local standard when they are available, such as the Malaysian Standard 1525 year 2019. That one is the latest Malaysian standard on the energy efficiency and renewable energy for non-residential buildings, which I use most of the time or refer to most of the time during my work. So I think that one is the latest version. We must always keep ourselves updated, because I think the previous version one is few years ago, 2014. And then also I continuously attend a training session organized by expert or other industry manufacturer to gain more information on the latest knowledge or technology in the industry, which is useful in my job.
Okay, this is my last question. Can you share an experience where you had to make a decision that required a high level of integrity?
And this one I think is related to my previous job as well, when I am handling the tender exercise for the project. So that time the project is calling for tender, and then it's open for tender for the public to bid for the project. So I think it's got around 10 tenderers. However, I remember like one of the tenderers, they invited me to a dinner, private dinner, with the intention of requesting more information or the pre-approved budget for the lowest price offered by another tenderer for the tender of the project. So of course, as a professional engineer and comply to the code of ethics, I am reluctant to disclose and also discuss any particulars and information regarding the tender to the tenderer during that time, because it's against our code of ethics. as a professional engineer, and until today I'm happy that I made the right choice and right decision not to do that.
Alright. Okay, Mr. Ron, thank you for sharing your answer with me about code of ethic, and I'm sorry for disturbing you, and thank you.
No problem, Akil. I hope you learned something from this interview.
Alright.
Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Muhammad Keman, and this is my partner, Amir bin Muhammad Adnan. So today we want to interview you about code of ethic. So before we start, can you introduce yourself to us?
Okay. So my name is Muhammad Arif Haikal bin Azman. So you guys can call me Encik Arif. So I've been working with Exxon around 3 years, starting from 2020. So my role in Exxon is HVAC engineer in service operation for service department.
So my first question, could you give me an example of how the code of ethics come into play in your day-to-day work?
Okay, sure. So in Exxon, one key aspect for installation and repair is safety. So we must follow the industry standard and codes to make sure everything is up to par. So this is not only protect the occupant of a building, but also ensure the longevity and efficiency of the HVAC system we work on.
Okay, that makes sense. And what about interaction with client and college? How does the code of ethic guide those?
Good question. So the code emphasizes clear communication and honesty. So we will expect to provide accurate information to client about the work that needs to be done, the associated costs, and the expected outcome. So it is crucial to establish trust and also to treating colleges with respect, and fostering a collaborative environment is important for the overall success of a project.
How do you see the code of ethic involved in the HVAC industry, especially with the technological advancement?
Technological advancement. As technology continues to advance, the code of ethic will likely to evolve to address new challenges and opportunities. So, for instance, we might need to consider ethical implication related to the use of smart HVAC system and data privacy. Staying up to date with industry trends and ethical consideration is crucial for any HVAC professional.
I have a last question. In
Okay.
what ways can an HVAC engineer contribute ethically to community well-being and environmental responsibility in their professional practice?
I think the best way as HVAC engineer can contribute to the community well-being is by design system that prioritize indoor air quality, and then comfort and energy efficiency. So additionally, they can engage in outreach and education initiative to promote sustainable practice. Ethical contribution may include volunteering expertise for community project, advocating for environmental friendly HVAC solution, and last is actively participate in initiatives that benefit to the local communities.
So that's all from me and Akil. Thank you for attending the interview.
So I hope you guys are doing good in Edson, and good luck. Assalamualaikum.